Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Karina from Per Diem Thrifts, and today is Per Diem Thriftsmas day 13. And if you guys watched my video from like 2 days ago, I talked about how I was kind of able to liven up my Poshmark closet again and make a good amount of sales. So today I thought I would do a ship with me / what sold video, show you guys what has been selling well in my Poshmark closet. I've been getting non-stop messages since I posted this video about how Poshmark was dead, saying that the only way to be successful on Poshmark now is to do live sales. And so I tried it. I did a live sale and I ended up making over $500 in 1 hour. So I did another sale last night and I didn't make as much. I made $45 in about 30 minutes, but I wanted to share that to kind of show that it's not always great. You don't always make a whole bunch of money. I've also done Posh live shows and whatnot shows where I make 0 sales. So I think you have to get a really good understanding of what is going to sell well in your closet. I've also been sending out pretty aggressive offers to likers, so 30% or more on old inventory or things that I may have like just priced really high to kind of move them out of my closet. My goal is to get rid of as much inventory as I can before the end of the year, and so that's why I am doing more live sales and I am just sending aggressive offers every single day. So let's get into it. I have a whole stack of shipping labels that I just printed off. All of these sales are on Poshmark. So these sales are from, I want to say, Friday of last weekend all the way until today, which is Wednesday. So I went a pretty long time without shipping. But I wanted to share with you guys all the things that have been selling so you guys have an idea of what you could be listing or what you could be doing live sales on. Alright, so the first item that sold, I won't be able to show it to you because I already have it in my Ziploc bag, so I will show the listing here so you guys can see. This is by the brand Stone Cold Fox. This brand used to be such a bolo. It used to sell so well, but the resale value has died a lot. A lot of these boho brands that I feel like did really well in like 2016 just are not it anymore. I feel like people are starting to go away from like this kind of boho, so like Stone Cold Fox, Flint Sky, For Love and Lemons, things like that. Some of the pieces still do well, but not all of them. So this shirt only sold for $30 on Poshmark. I believe I sent out an offer and then the offer like expired and then somebody sent an offer back with the same price but minus the discounted shipping, and I accepted it because I've had this shirt for a while and I just wanted to get rid of it. I'm putting it in one of these priority mail Tyvek bags. I've talked about this a lot. I buy these in, or I don't buy them, they're free. I get them in bulk. I order them online and get them delivered, so I have a ton of these. I bought like a crazy amount last year for the holidays thinking like, oh, I don't want to run out of shipping supplies, and I'm literally still working. I have a whole big tub of these mailers because I just overestimated how much I would be needing, but I always love being prepared, you know? Okay, I just pulled out my phone to see what the next item was and I just caught 1111. I've been catching this a lot, so I think that's a good sign. Anyway, I'm moving on to the next item that sold, and I want to say it's this jacket, but let me just make sure. Yes, okay, so the next item was actually a fun vintage piece that I thrifted. It is this denim Pendleton jacket, but look at the back. Such an amazing piece. Some Pendleton pieces can resell for a really good amount. This is 100% cotton and the back is 82% wool. I was expecting that this would sell for like a couple hundred or like at least over $100, but it just like wasn't moving, so I ended up taking an offer for $65 and I paid, I want to say $20 for it, so I profited about $30 after fees. I could have held out for more, but this is one of those things that like I can't keep it in my storage bins, so I have to keep it hanging and it just takes up a lot of space. So I'm glad to have it sell and just get it moving. I'm going to be putting this in a priority mail box. Probably a large box because I don't think this will fit in the medium, but I'll pack that off camera. This is the box that I'm talking about. I just grab a bunch of these when I go to the post office and I keep them here so that when I do my shipping, I have them all ready to go. I try to reuse as many boxes as I can, but right now I don't have any that are a good size, so I'm just going to use that one. Next item that sold is a pair of shoes. I sourced these online. I want to say I bought these on eBay from a seller, and I thought these were going to do really well. This is my first time selling this brand in shoes. So the brand here is Veronica Beard. These are new without tags. And they're these suede espadrilles. It could be because obviously like it's not the season for this kind of shoe, but these ended up selling by best offer as well for $60, and I ended up getting $48 after Poshmark fees. So I'm going to put these in another one of these boxes. I'm going to wrap this one up a little better, probably put them in some protective things. So somebody made a comment on one of my other videos when I did a what sold that I didn't package my shoes good enough. And I just want to say that I got 5 stars on that purchase. It was totally fine, and I don't usually do anything special to my packages. Like, I will put a pair of shoes in if I think it's fine, just straight into the box, and I haven't had anyone complain. So I totally understand what you're saying, but I'm gonna learn the hard way, and I'll wait until somebody actually complains and says something. But so far I've been selling on Poshmark for around 6 years now, and I haven't had anyone say anything about the way that I ship my stuff. So to each their own, and I'm just gonna keep doing it the way that I'm doing it. Obviously with like more expensive stuff I will try to package it better, but I haven't had anyone complain, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Again, I'm gonna put these in like a plastic thing to keep them a little bit protected so they don't bang around in the box, but other than that I'm just putting them in here, and I'll pack those up. Next is another pair of shoes. These were actually from a consignment client. I got a bunch of Torrid shoes from one person, all in different sizes. She said it was like her and her mom and her sister's shoes. They just bought a lot of them and never wore them, and I'm wondering if like they bought them on sale or something. So this specific one, I have a couple sizes of these. I've already sold 2 of them, but these are brand new, still in the packaging and everything. These sold for $25, so after Poshmark fees I get $20, and then I have to split that with my client, which is totally fine because I'm selling these for $25 in my store as well. I'm gonna ship them in the box and just put these in a bigger, the large priority mail box, and I think it'll fit fine. If not, I'll find a reusable box to put that in. So these next few pieces sold in a Posh live show. I did a live show selling a bunch of pieces from Free People, Zara, and a couple other brands that I thought were similar style. I wasn't sure how many people were gonna get in. When I was looking at who else was going, I was noticing a lot of other big resellers who are consistent with their Posh shows having shows at the same time. So I was a little worried that that was going to be an issue, but throughout the whole show I maintained around 30 people per show, and I actually had quite a few people bundling. I thought Poshmark was going to offer the bundled shipping when I did this show, but unfortunately it didn't. Even yesterday when I did my show, or last night, I still didn't have that feature. So I think they're slowly rolling it out to different sellers. Hopefully I get it soon, because the whole bundling and then canceling orders and rebundling, it takes up a lot of time. But with all of that, you know, there are still problems that Poshmark I think is hashing out. I think some people will be more inclined to shop when the bundling is simpler. But anyway, let me show you some of the pieces that sold in this show. So the first item is this piece from Anthropologie. So this is by Dolan Lefkoes. I don't pick up a lot of Anthropologie anymore, but I really liked this piece because it's brown, and brown is like a really trending color right now. It is a ribbed knit midi dress. And this, I actually had to run this about 3 times until somebody bought it. This one sold for $26, so minus the Poshmark fee, which is the same on Posh live shows, I earned $20.80. So I didn't make a huge profit on this, but I did profit. I've seen a lot of people talk about how on Posh shows people are giving things away for like $3 and like not making any profit. That's one thing that I am always really careful about when I'm doing live selling or when I am running any kind of sale. I am never not profiting on an item. Even if it's a couple dollars, I make sure that my baseline is at least making back my cost of goods, or else there's really no point in running any kind of sale. I'm not in this to give away free inventory. I'm in this to make money. And so even if I do run sales where my start price is like $2 or something, it's usually stuff that I either got for free or things that I got at the bins, so my cost of goods is a lot lower. If you're thinking that in order to do Posh live shows you have to run things things for really cheap. That is not the case. It's also not the case that you have to sell all things new with tags. Some of the pieces that I sold were new with tags, but a lot of them were pre-owned, and as long as you say that in the live sale, people don't mind. Poshmark is really trying to push like secondhand gift giving this year. So I really don't think that people are going to be upset or anything if they're in a live show and it's secondhand goods. The biggest thing with selling clothes online, whether you're just listing or you are doing a live show, is selling items that are in demand. Selling items that people actually want. So if you don't have pieces that people want, that's why you're not making any sales. And that's kind of a harsh truth, but unfortunately, that's just what it comes down to. Having things that people want to buy and putting it in front of the people who want to buy those things. Most of the single items that I sell on Poshmark just go into these Tyvek bags, and they are really durable. It's not just paper, they are reinforced. So you don't really have to worry about them ripping or anything. They're just as good as a poly mailer, but they're cheaper because they're free. The next item that sold, I was so bummed because I actually wanted to keep this for myself, but I decided to list it anyway. This is by Zara. It is a cutout one shoulder sweater. This piece is actually a little big on me, so I might not have been able to wear it anyway. But this item sold for $20, so minus the Poshmark fee, I earned $16. This was another consignment item, so I'll just pay out my client 40%. I know people think that that's a lot, but at the end of the day, I like to pay out my customers more than, like, say, Plato's Closet or Buffalo Exchange would. And when I do these live sales, it cuts out so much of the work because I don't have to wait for the items to sell. My clients can get paid out a lot faster. And it just removes a lot of the work. I don't have to store things. I just have someone come in and take photos for me, so I don't have to deal with any of that. Also, I don't know if you're watching this, but shout out to Shelly. She's a local reseller who I met because she saw one of my videos on YouTube. She came in and helped me this past weekend and just took a bunch of pictures so that I was able to do these live sales. I'm also going to be putting a lot of my store inventory onto my Shopify website, so she was helping me get some photos for that as well. Next item is this Zara dress. This is so pretty. A lot of these Zara pieces are like blogger faves, meaning that you will see a lot of fashionistas wearing them. If you look for stock photos, you'll be able to find like a lot of different styled options, and this is one of those pieces. This sold in the live show as well for $40. So here you are. This is another proof that, you know, you don't have to give things away for pennies. But this dress is gorgeous. This is actually going to one of my PFFs, Jen, aka Bella and Blue. She hopped onto my show and she purchased this. I'm gonna put this in a little protective poly mailer just because the fabric is more delicate. I put all of my inventory when I'm storing them into these bags. This is by Bronx Product on Amazon, and they make these really pretty holographic things. When I put things in here and I ship my items, I get so many compliments. So if you guys want to check these out, I will link them below if I remember. But I'm just gonna stick this in here. They have the sticky part on it, so you just take that off, close it on up, and then I'll put it in one of these Tyvek mailers again, and it'll be good to go. So another maxi dress sold. This is such a pretty boho style. This is by a brand called Vichy. This, I believe, is like an online brand, kind of one of those like Instagram brands, but not as cheap as like Pretty Little Thing or Shein. I would put this more at the level of like Lulu's or maybe Princess Polly. But this was such a good find. I found this at Goodwill, and I didn't even list it or anything. I didn't even take a photo of it. I just added it onto the live sale and then showed it as I was doing the live sale. So you can do that too. If you don't want to take photos for things, you can just create the listing as a placeholder and then show the item on during the live sale, so you don't have to kind of spend more time on it. But this item sold for $20 as well. So minus fees, I made $16. I just about doubled my money. But to not have to take pictures and I literally sourced this the morning of my show. That isn't where my profit margins where I want them to be. But for quick money like that, not bad at all. Vichy isn't usually a brand that I would pick up for Poshmark, but this style was super pretty, and I was going to put it in my store, but it ended up selling in the live sale, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Sometimes when the Tyvek like won't stick properly, I will double secure it with one of my stickers. I just made these on my Rolo. So this one says, "Thanks babe," and it says per diem on the bottom. I made this with my Rolo printer, and I have a video explaining how to design stickers and how to print them on your label printers. I have a video for if you're using a Dymo, and I have a video if you're using a Rolo, so I will put those up here if I can. But anyway, I mentioned before that my first Poshmark live show that I ever did was with these Free People onesies. I added some of the ones that I had left in this show, and I sold a couple of them, like this one right here. I believe this is called the Happiness Runs Henley, and this ended up selling for $45. So that's pretty much what I sell it for in my store as well. Yes, I have to consider the fees, but I'm not mad at this sale. It's pretty much what I would have sold it for at any other platform, so really happy that this sold. The next item that sold is another Free People onesie kind of piece, but this is a jumpsuit. I had listed this before the live show, and it was like available for purchase. It got so much attention, so I was like kind of nervous to put it on, but then I was looking at solds, and the solds actually sold for around what I ended up selling it at, so I didn't want to be greedy and like wait for more. So this sold on my live show for $45, but if you find this, it's probably not showing up that well, but this is the Free People Just Because onesie. This is a bolo Free People piece because a lot of people were interested in it, and it will sell pretty quick. So this was another consignment piece. Actually, a lot of these items came from the same consignment client, so I'm glad I can just kind of give her a payout really quickly, and I don't have to wait around for her money to come in. This item actually came from my personal closet. I bought this a while ago on Poshmark, and then I resold it on Poshmark, and I sold it for pretty cheap because I've had these for a while and I just wanted to get rid of them, you know. So these sold for $10 minus Poshmark fee. I think I made $7.05, but like I said, these came from my personal closet, and I've had them in my store here since I opened in April and no one's bought them, so I just wanted to get these out, and I really didn't care how much I made on them because I wasn't really buying these to make a profit. Of course, there are some pieces that I have from my personal closet that I do want to profit on, but I feel like with a lot of Free People pieces, they're either oversaturated or like my size was too small, so it just wasn't worth it to try to, you know, get more money for it. Next piece that sold is another piece from Zara. It is this Zara knit sweater. I didn't realize the material. I should have read this sooner and sold it for more. I bought this on Poshmark to resell, and I got a really good deal on it, so I don't mind. But this is actually 52% mohair, 32% nylon, and 16% wool, and it is not shrunken at all. And this sold for only $15, so I made $12 on this. Totally could have sold it for more, I think, if I labeled out what the fabric content was, but I can't be mad at it. I'm just letting it be sold and be happy that it sold. Another Zara. I'm telling you, the whole sale was pretty much Zara and Free People. This is another piece from the same consignment client. It's like this laser cut little sweater. This was a size small. This one also sold for $15. Both of these, especially that first Zara little like mohair sweater, it was the first item that sold, and I feel like once one item sells, then the sales start picking up, but you could go like 5 or 6 items in without any sales, and I feel like that's normal. At least for me, that's normal, so I try not to let it get to me if something doesn't sell right away, because people are always filtering in and out of your sales, and just because you run something once, somebody can request it later on, and you could potentially sell it later on into the show. So moving on to the bundles, I know this is part of like the frustration of Poshmark live shows right now, is that things aren't automatically getting bundled. So I had to go in and like cancel each individual sale and then resell it as a bundle. I always make the buyer buy the new bundle before I cancel the other ones, just so that I can make sure that they buy the things and aren't gonna leave me hanging. I know it does tie up their money a little bit, so that's the one downside, but I'm hoping once I get this update and things can be bundled automatically, it's just gonna make things a lot easier. So one of the first bundles, this wasn't too bad. It's just a 2-piece bundle. They are both from Free People. So this is one of the Free People onesies that I was talking about. And this one sold for $45 as well. So I was selling all the onesies, I believe, for $40 or $45. And then the other piece that sold is this Free People top. And this one sold for $15. I actually just thrifted this too, so I got a really good deal on this. But these are going to the same person. I made $60, or this bundle sold for $60, and after the fees I made $48. I'm just going to, I think these will both fit into a tie bag. I'm going to put them into the poly mailers before I ship them out, but just to kind of shorten this video a little bit, I'm just going to keep moving on. The next item, or the next bundle that sold, is another Free People onesie. I have, I think, I want to say 2 more of these. They're size extra small, so if anyone's interested, just message me on Instagram and I'd be happy to sell one. This is what it looks like on the back. I have one of these in like 2 different colors for myself, but this sold in a bundle with a pair of shoes. So these are the sandals that sold. They are also Free People. These are brand new, pretty much. These are just the tickets from my store. I thrifted these and I got a really good deal on these. So this bundle ended up selling for $60 as well. This onesie sold for $40, and then the shoes sold for $20. So again, kind of the same as the other one. I made $48 after fees. So the last bundle that I sold in the live sale was actually an 8-piece bundle, and it sold in total for $165. So after the Poshmark fees, I made $132. I had to go and individually delete every single order and then rebuild a new bundle for her to purchase so that she could get the discounted shipping. But let me show you everything that she snagged in her bundle. So she got this. This is the first item. It is by Anthropologie. It is new with tags, and honestly, this one item is like retails for pretty much the whole bundle. So this was $128 originally from Anthropologie. I bought a few of these in bulk from a wholesaler, and I think this is the last one, so I'm finally getting rid of the last item. And I bought these over a year ago, so I'm really happy to see this go. But it's perfect timing because it's perfect for the holidays. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it. The next item is this Free People item, and this was a very surprising sell. I didn't think that this was going to sell for that much, but there was a little bit of a tussle over this. So a couple people were bidding for this item. This is by Free People. It is called, let me see the official name of it. It's called the Marina Bay sweater. So if you find this, this is a hot Free People piece. This I think sold for like $36. Not crazy high, but in average from the show, this was one of the best items that sold. The next piece is from Zara. It is like this cheetah print lace blouse. It's a size medium. This was also from the same consignment client who had the other Zara stuff. The next item is actually 2. I hung them on the same hanger. Free People. So this is a Free People backpack. I thrifted this and I thought this was gonna sell a lot faster, but it just, nobody's really been wanting it. There's like a little bit of damage, but I put that in the listing. This item I also thrifted. It's from Free People. It's got these really pretty bell sleeves and the back is open. It just ties right here. So those are some of the other items. And then the last 3 items, a lot of these, actually all of these ones here are new with tags. So this is from a different consignment client, but this is also new with tags from Zara. It's like a faux leather jacket. This is a Free People Intimately shirt. I still have so many of these too. I have them in multiple sizes, so extra small and small, medium, large, if anyone's interested. This retailed for $28, and I think I sold it for like $15. This last one is also Free People, also new with tags. This one retailed for $108. So the retail value on all of these items was at least like $600, and she got all of it for $165. So if you guys are shopping, like, there are deals to be had and still room for profit. So that was the last bundle that I sold. I'll probably put all of that in a large priority mail box. And then I made one other sale that wasn't during the live show. This was just a regular sale from something that I was sending offers out on. This is an H&M suede jacket. See if you can see the detail here. It is faux fur on the inside, suede on the outside. I thought this was gonna do better than it did. I paid like $20 for this at Goodwill. But it ended up selling for, let me see here, $37 on Poshmark. I sent out an offer and offered discounted shipping. My earnings ended up being $27.88. I made $7.88. Not everything is great, but that's another piece that is so bulky that I just want to get rid of it so I can downsize a little bit on my storage here. Yesterday I did another Posh sale, and it was all of my Show Me Your Mumu dresses. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you guys know I bought so many of these Show Me Your Mumu bridal maxi dresses. I want to say almost 2 years ago, and I still have a bunch of them. I also got a bunch of them from a consignment client, and I am just ready to get rid of all of them. So unfortunately I had about like 40 pieces in my show yesterday, and I only sold 3. So this is another just example that not all sales are going to be amazing, but these are the 3 that I sold. So the first one, oh, I should also add, I was doing $15 starts on all of these because, like I said, I've just had them for so long. I also paid like average $5 for each one of them, so I'm still doubling, a little bit more than doubling my money. But this first one is the Calypso maxi dress, sold for $15, nothing crazy. This is new without tags, but this one is really pretty. I still have so many really pretty pieces that I was surprised didn't sell. I'll just try it again. Maybe I'll do another one on Whatnot and do the same $15 starts. But the next 2 items, this one sold in a bundle. This is the Kendall maxi dress, and this one is new with tags. The color here is seafoam green. And then this one is called the Bronte maxi dress, and this is just in a black. So this sold in a bundle, $15 each, and that wraps up everything that sold. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish packaging all of these orders. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this gives you kind of some insight on what to be selling on Poshmark, whether you're doing regular selling or live sales. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. All right, bye guys.